Hey, I'm Keely from Thermaltech Australia and welcome to Facts with Keely. Name pending, give us ideas in the comments, where I sit down with a guest to discuss PC tech. Today I'm joined by our resident PC builder, Nick.
Hello.
And we're going to discuss some general PC related questions. You ready?
As I'll ever be.
Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with an easy one. Do I have to build my own PC?
Absolutely not. I will put this out there. For some people, it is probably a better thing for them to build their own PCs. That is if they have the time, the patience, and they're actually interested in building their own and also kind of customizing it and making it like unique to themselves. If you're not really tech oriented, if you have money to just spend to get someone else to do it, you can't be bothered building your own, you don't really want to research how to build your own, you can absolutely just go out and buy a pre-built. Contrary to popular belief, there are decent pre-builts out there. You actually just need to do research and find those ones. But yeah, it's absolutely not necessary that you have to build your own, and you can definitely buy one that someone else has built.
How do you feel about people saying, I'd rather just not? I'm spending too much money to build it myself. Do you think that's a fair concern, or do you think it's unwarranted?
No, it's definitely warranted. If you're spending $3,000 on a PC, which these days is not really that much, and you're worried that in the process of building it you might break something, you can totally spend another $100, $200 just to get someone else to build it for you. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that much, and at least then you have that peace of mind that you're not going to break anything, and if something does go wrong, you can just take it somewhere to get it repaired. Whereas if you build it yourself and you break it, you only have yourself to blame.
Do I have to buy everything at the same time?
I think the kind of GPU crisis that we had kind of early last year, and at the end of 2020, kind of showed the detriment of waiting, or at least buying your parts and then waiting, because you'd have all your parts sitting in the corner of your room, and then 4 months later, you still wouldn't have your graphics card.
Yeah.
So it's kind of why did I just spend all that money and I still don't have my computer? I could have just saved it and then bought even better parts than what I currently have. So if you can get everything now, yeah, go ahead and buy it. Or if you are content with just sitting on some parts, then you can go ahead and buy them and wait for, other stuff to come into stock, or until you have more money to buy the rest of your stuff. But you can absolutely just buy it whenever you feel like it. You don't have to buy it all at once.
Cool, so there's no obviously there'd be no issues. It's not like your PC is going to expire as your motherboard's going to expire as it's sitting in the corner.
Unless you buy right on that bleeding edge when things are going to start swapping over, maybe your motherboard will go out of date and new CPUs will come out, and then your motherboard is no longer supported by newer CPUs. So that's kind of where I'd probably say, look, just hold off until the newer stuff comes out, because in that way you still have some sort of upgrade path. Whereas if you buy right now, then that's it. Your upgrade path is cut off. Okay,
so here's a bit of a big one. How often should you upgrade your parts?
3 to 5 years, I'd say that's a good point. New stuff comes out, maybe some of at least your graphics card every 3 to 5. The other stuff you can probably hold off on. Graphics card, I'd say upgrade.
Is there do you think the difference between the parts changes dramatically within that 3 to 5 year period? Or is it kind of oh yeah, you can get a little bit of better graphics or a bit more frames, that kind of thing?
CPUs, at least, I can say, there was a very big period where you could have waited 5 years and not upgraded at all, and your performance difference would not have been that big. But recently, now that AMD and Intel are actually properly competing against each other, there have been pretty big generational increases. So now you could, every 3 years upgrade and actually notice a significant upgrade. Graphics cards, at least when I built my PC, there was the 980 Ti and then the 1080 Ti, which there was a little jump, but it wasn't anything massively significant. Nothing I'd go out and buy a $1,000 graphics card for. But then I believe the gap between the 1080 Ti and 2080 Ti was a little bit larger. If there is enough of an increase to warrant you upgrading after 3 years, I'd say go for it. But if you can justify to yourself, no, I don't need this, then there's no point. If all your games still run, I don't see a point in upgrading.
Thank you so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to leave a like and let us know. Also, we'll be doing the next episode of Facts with Keely next month, and we'll be discussing graphics cards. So if you've got any questions that you've been dying to ask, pop them in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We upload videos every Wednesday and Friday, but ding the bell too so you're notified so you never miss an upload. And while you're still around, check out any of the Thermaltech videos. It'll be somewhere on the screen around me. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Nick.
See ya.